What's up, guys? Welcome back to Max Boneyard Builds. Man, it's been a minute since I've posted up a video. I apologize for that. Mother Nature, she was flexing her muscles these past couple weeks in the Midwest. Holy crap. We had single digits throughout the whole week, wind chills in the negatives. She blasted us with snow, she blasted us with ice. It has been nothing but a mess here in the Midwest. And here in the old Max Boneyard Builds garage, I don't know if you can see, I ain't got no central air going on in here. It's been cold. Got the old propane furnace going on and off, but man, it has been chilly. But I've got some time this evening. That's what we're going to do. If you can see, back here on the shop table, I got the OBS harness. We are going to start taking that thing out, thinning it out, getting rid of the stuff we don't need. I'm going to bring you guys along so you can see that process. As always, lt1swap.com. That guy is phenomenal. He has given tons of information on there for your LS swaps. He also has a section on there with the OBSs, which I have the printouts, which I will show you guys those. And I will show you how to thin out the harness, get rid of the stuff, all the engine management stuff on that harness you don't need. Keep your engine temperature, keep your oil pressure, stuff like that, so your gauges work, but all your cam sensors and all your crank and all your other stuff that you don't need, all that stuff can go. All the other engine management stuff can go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin you guys around. We're going to jump on this harness. I'm going to try and stay warm. And we are going to thin this baby out. Alright guys, so I have my printouts from lt1swap.com. On these printouts it tells you every single one up here, clear connector, as you see here, and it tells you pin 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth. It even gives you the wiring color and it tells you what it's for. He has a wealth of knowledge on there. I cannot thank the gentleman, I don't know his name, who runs lt1swap. It is phenomenal. But he actually has on here everything that you'll need, and it's all broken down, it's all highlighted. Yellow are the wires that will not be needed. Blue are the wires in the harness that need to control to the blue. Let's try this again. Blue are wires in the OBS harness that will need to go to the LS PCM, and green are either way. So they're either going to be for emissions or for AC stuff, you know. So let's just say clear connector, pin 1, dark green and white, AC compressor relay. So forth, you know what I mean? It has it all listed out. So what you do, you got your PCM connector here. These are real easy to take apart. You've got little tabs on the sides. They almost look like little, just I mean, they're not like full-fledged tabs, they're just itty-bitty. Get yourself a pick, pluck it, just get it open, out of the way, and let's see what we can do. There's 3 of them. There's one on the back and one on each side. Once you start getting them out of the way, boom, this connector opens right up. So now your wires will be able to move in and out. Okay, and then on the front here, this clear connector needs to come off. That way you can reach all of the little metal probes, I guess, is a lack of better words, that go inside there. On either side, take your pick. You got your clear connector, and you'll be able to press on this white piece of plastic. This right inside here. So as you press on this white piece of plastic, you'll be able to pull, and you can see, oh, it just popped over again. You see it can pull up. Turn it over, Press your other white piece on this side. Now this connector comes off. Okay? So now once this connector's off, now you've got access to all these little probes that are inside here. So then once you turn it over, you can see clear connector, and it's actually numbered. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. I'm trying my best. But you've got 1, 2, 3. It's actually labeled out for you. Okay? So, number 1, I'm going to keep. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of this tape. It'll make it easier to move around. Get yourself a razor blade. Slowly but surely. It's just electric tape. Just barely press down on it. Score it. Get that electric tape out of the way. That way you can start pulling individual wires out of there, guys. There we go. See? So now that's nice, wide, and open. You're going to get your hands dirty. This is all part of saving money. Do it yourself. So, number 1, AC compressor. Going to keep it. Number 2, this is the evap canister purge. I'm going to keep that as well. Okay? So, the reason why I'm going to keep that is because in the area that I live in, I have emissions. So, I'm going to try and hook up the evap canister purge to the LS evap canister purge and see if I can marry all this together to where that circuit will still be happy. We'll see if it works or not. What you do, so we're going to pull this number 2 out. Okay? There's a little tab right here. You're going to lift up on that tab with your pick, and as you lift up on that tab with your pick, you're going to pull the wire out that you want. Okay? Simple as that. Okay? So this isn't needed. But I am going to try and save it. So what I'm going to do, again, painter's tape. I'm going to mark it with a flag as to what it is. And I just folded that completely wrong, but that's okay. So I'm going to mark this one clear to evap purge. Okay? And now you can just go on down. 3 isn't used. Number 4 is a black wire. Sensor ground, not needed. That is this one here. Lift up. Pulls right out. Okay. Number 5, not used. PCS high. Number 6, red and black. Just keep going down the way. Lift up. Pull. Push. Comes right out. Okay, so you guys get the gist of it. What you don't need, you're going to be able to chop off. There's going to be some things on here, like I said, the blue are wires in the OBS harness that need to be connected to the O3LS, is what he ran it is. Like the first one's going to be number 13. It's going to be, looks like a purple and white. It's going to be a fuel level sensor. You're going to mark that. Hook to fuel level sensor. You're going to mark that just like you did this one, the things that you want to keep that needs to go to an exterior sensor or needs to go to the LS. Okay? I'm not going to bore you guys with a super long video of me sitting here picking these things. Ooh, excuse me, picking these things out. I'll hook up a time lapse. I think I got one going now. You're just going to pick through these things, mark them as you go. Once you get done with the clear, go to the blue. Once you get done with the blue, go to the red, and just keep going, and you're going to get all these babies done. And you're going to have a whole bunch of wires left and a whole bunch of wires you can cut off, and I'll get back with you whenever we get there. Okay, guys, so here's where we're at. Hold on, let me turn off the old stoplight here. I got a heck of a glare going on. That's better. Okay, so here's where we're at. What I've done is now you've got all your little flags that you need to save that are going to go to the LS harness, or they're going to go to an external connector or whatever, okay? All these are saved over here. This is all of your engine management, transmission management, all that stuff that you don't need, because all of this is going to be on the LS harness, which is over there. So all of this can go bye-bye. So what I did was I cut this electric tape off of the wire looms, separated all these into two separate categories, trash and keep. And then we're going to go through here and we're going to go through the rest of this harness and all of this stuff that has, like here, throttle position sensor, TPS. I don't need this, okay? I should have a idle air control right through here, right here. Idle air control as well. I'm not going to need these. What I'm going to do is I'm snipping these off at the wire loom all through here. The fuel injectors and O2 sensors and whatever else is all engine related except for your fuel, or your oil pressure, your temperature sensor, and that's it. Like everything else is boom, everything else is gone, okay? I'm not going to take this wire loom off of this whole thing and pull all of these wires through here. It can be done. That's what I did on the LS swap with the C10. I took it all apart. Every last stitch of this wire loom, I took it off. After I took it all off, I got rid of all these extra wires, and then I put a bunch of wire loom and electric tape back on it. It was the same design, the same configuration, everything. I wasted tons of time when all I could have done is just get rid of what I need, clean everything back up. Yes, there's going to be extra wires sitting in this big old hog leg right here in a few places. No one's ever going to see them. They're never going to know. It's okay. What they don't know doesn't hurt them. Okay? You can do it either way. If you want it to be a pristine, show quality job, you go right ahead. You take all this off, you lay this baby out on a 4x8 sheet of plywood like I did on the last one, or do it on the motor like I did the last one. Get it exactly how you want it, button it all back up, but it looked exactly the same when I was done. And there could have just been extra wiring inside this loom right here that no one would have ever known was there. Okay, so that's the route I'm going with this time. Is I'm going to snip these off, get rid of those. I'm going to start pulling this loom on top of the table and start looking at each of these flags that I marked whenever I started pulling this harness off of the motor, and anything that's motor related, ignition, throttle position sensor, crank sensors, you name it, stuff like that, all that stuff can go away. If there's anything that I'm not sure of, I'll keep it for now. Okay, if there's a plug that I don't have labeled, I'm going to keep it. Once I get everything buttoned back up in the truck, I get the LS harness done, I get it all married together. If I don't need it, then I'm just going to snip it, clean it up, electric tape around it so nothing shorts out, and no one's ever going to know. So that's what we're going to do from here. I'll tag you along, let you guys see it, and we'll see what it looks like whenever we're done. Okay, guys. So, as you can see, I've got tons of connectors and everything, all engine management stuff that I've cut off. A lot of this still is air conditioner stuff, which I plan on putting back in at some point in time. I still got the old trans plug, but I've got VSS signals and stuff down here. If I wanted to, I could probably... Yeah, actually, you know what? I can get rid of it right there, which I might have to get my big pair of snips. Yep, I got to get my big pair of snips. But like this trans plug, I don't need it because I've got one on my new okay. So I got a VSS signal, some different things, but the majority of this, that's it. Like, I just thinned out, like, that's what's left of the harness. And some of these I know I'm not going to need. Some of these aren't labeled. I don't know if the little flags fell off, or I'm just not quite sure where they went. But, you know, I've got grounds. Obviously, keep all your grounds and stuff. Right there, I just thinned this baby out immensely from the bulkhead all the way down. This is ABS stuff. I don't know if I'm going to keep the ABS on this truck or not. I haven't quite decided. Not going there yet. You know, but I got like the hood light and what else do we got here? You know, there's AC. Here's another ground. Here's a few more that are mislabeled or not labeled. There's more AC stuff. This is the line that goes back in towards the cab, which does all your HVAC stuff and everything else. This line goes back up towards your fuse panel inside your cabin that goes in there. Here's your fuse block. Like, we just thinned it out, and we didn't have to take everything apart. Okay, so boom, there we go. There is the LS or the OBS, excuse me. Now see, like these guys right here, I'll come back and clip them off a little shorter, put another ring of tape around there, and it's done. You know what I mean? Like, it's simple as that. And like, let's say this little guy here, I'm not even quite sure what it goes to. Once I get it back in the truck, get the motor in place, spread this out where I need it, figure out what I need, what I don't. If I don't need this guy, all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. I'm going to snip him off right here, put a thing of tape around it to make sure no wires poke out. Nobody will ever know. You'll have an extra wire running through, coming back up to here. Nobody will ever know. You know what I mean? That's my thinking on it. Call me a hack job, whatever you want. You know, like, here's a starter wire down here, but you know, call me a hack job, whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I did it on the C10, and it took hours upon hours upon hours. I've been out here working on this from depinning, looking at the charts from LT1swap.com, cleaning everything up, labeling everything. You know, had a few beverages. It took, you know what, 2 hours. I've been out here 2 hours, complete elapsed time, and now this wiring harness is thinned out. It's ready to go. Okay? Now all I got to do is pull that one, do the same thing with it, and then once I'm done with both of those, I'll stick them both together. We're going to get the motor cleaned up. We're going to stick it in the truck. Okay, guys, so that's it. That's how easy it is to thin one of these harnesses out. Don't overcomplicate it. Know what you want to keep. Get rid of the rest. You can take all the wire loom off and you can make it look like a brand new wire loom, or you can do like I'm doing. Cut out what's necessary, get rid of it, save all the plastic wiring and stuff. I'm going to come back here before I stick it in the truck, hit it with some degreaser, some Windex, some something, clean everything up real good with a brush just to get it looking nice. I mean, you know, you don't want it to look like, you know, a turd, but it's real simple. Just cut out everything you don't need, put some tape on it, and it's going to keep the same configuration for the most part. Don't waste your time taking off all the loom unless you want to. You can, by all means. I've done it both ways. It's just not necessary. So I'm sorry it's taken so long to get a video out, but it has been super cold here in the Midwest. So I'm going to try and get back on it. I've got this one done. Now we're going to move around. We're going to get the LS harness pulled. We're going to get it cleaned up. Once I'm able to get that done, get the motor cleaned up. After that, it all goes in the truck. Then we can start making some real progress. But as always, guys, I appreciate it. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep hitting that like button. Keep dropping some comments. I love having good conversation. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you guys stopping by Max Boneyard Builds. It's getting late at night. I'm getting a little groggy if you can't tell. But I will see you next time as we tackle that LS harness right here on Max Boneyard Builds.